weight children. It means even the organs in their body are not well developed. Very familiar with some other countries too. You know, especially developed countries where pollutants are everywhere, toxins are flying in the air and some other things. No, that we are not seeing a baby that is
even
not well
developed.
Exactly.
War zones.
Yes, exactly. Or the rural areas. Wow. Think of rural areas now, where a lot of things are being done in a crude way and some other things. So, low birth weight is one of the risk factors.
Sorry. We have to go on this radio. So we have to go on this short break. We'll be right back. It's still the mid-morning show.
All right, everyone. No put your ears. Make we talk. Shots might be fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world? For zero cavities and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, you get time to brush. Mama and Papa buy up, use up, and shine your smile. No more cover mouth. Because we Colgate, that's what we are. That we just smile.
Protect every day with Hypo.
Germs always find a way back.
So disinfect your kitchen every day with Hypo.
Hypo, go Hypo. Protect your home every day with Hypo.
No grief. Protect every day with Hypo.
Hypo, go Hypo.
Alright, everyone, no put your ears. Make we talk. Shots might be fresh now, but you know, I beg no be so. Ever heard of Colgate, the #1 oral care brand in the world? For zero cavities and long-lasting fresh breath. Mom, you get time to brush. Mama and Papa buy up, use up, and shine your smile. No more cover mouth. Because we Colgate, that's what we are. That we just smile.
Welcome back, and it's still the mid-morning show on BCOS television, and we have our guest with us. We have Mr. Okweyemi Fadi, an assistant chief nurse.
Yeah, the quote came up, and that was talking about SIDS, and the truth is, it's not one thing. Just like he said, it is a combination of risks. The more we reduce them, the safer every child becomes. So to you, sir, that statement?
Yes, exactly. Like I said, it's a syndrome. When we're talking about syndrome, it means it encompasses a lot of risks and a lot of things. Symptoms and signs. You see a lot of things around it.
Yes, and you were taking us through those risk factors when you talked about the baby,
the
weight of the baby.
Exactly.
And you said that when the weight is low, sometimes most of the organs have not
fully developed.
Any other risk factors aside
also,
the weight of the baby?
I said preterm babies. Now, also genetic factors that has to do with the baby, like poorly developed brain or brain stem. So brain stem is a part of the part of the brain that controls some of the what do we call it now? All of these, breathing, the heartbeat, the heart rate, the heartbeat, the breathing. So it is that particular portion of the brain that controls it. We call it brain stem. In some children, the brain stem might not be fully developed. So it actually, it can actually be a genetic matter or issues. So now, after that, let us see where the baby is being laid. Let us look into that too. Yeah, that's another thing. When you see some babies inside their cots, you will see a lot of flying clothes. In fact, the cloth that is being used to swaddle the baby, to wrap the baby, You will see just flying, just covering the baby anyhow. You see oversized clothing. Even
True.
yes, because mostly among the low-income people that you say before they could get clothes for their children, they have to get it through donation and some other things like that. So the beddings has to be firm.
Yeah.
Yes, and nothing supposed to be flying everywhere. The bedspread should be firm as well. Wrap the bedspread, tuck it in well, so that it won't be flying or floating everywhere.
To lay it properly.
Yes,
Yeah.
the cots, the bed where the baby is sleeping has to be firm, strong, not like something that is saggy. Or there are some bed when they put the baby there, you will see the bed swallowing the baby. You will see the baby going in between the foam because the foam is already weakened and then it's not working healthy for the baby. Sometimes in some places you will see this bedding, you will see a lot of particles flying everywhere, maybe expired foam. You know, the foams are weak. Then you will see,
this
them flying,
tiny flying
yes,
out. Yeah.
particles from the foam flying everywhere. So all those things need to be looked into, the beddings, and then some kind of toys. Some people like teddy bears, like teddy bears and some other toys that are being made with foam or fiber. They tuck them in and then they put them beside the baby. They decorate it with the babies just to beautify the place. But those things are very wrong because they could fall on the baby, or the baby could just roll to the side and then the respiration can get obstructed through those things. Then I talked about the environment where the baby is being laid. The environment where the baby is being laid has to be with good ventilation.
I was coming.
I was about, you know why I said
Yeah.
when I gave birth to my son, of course, as a new mother, I was like, they were like, okay, when you give birth, they close everywhere, you know, we don't want to expose you. So the doctor came and said, why? He's everywhere hot like this. The man said, okay.
Yes.
We had to remove the clothing from the baby. He said, who told you guys you need to extremely
That's how
do
it
so
has
much
been.
coverage? But that's what we grew up knowing.
Yes, to know.
So
Yes.
please tell us the proper way of actually handling the baby.
Yes.
The risk factors, like you were saying.
Yes, the risk factors, like you said, the environmental condition. What's the temperature of the room where the baby is being placed? Because if the room is not well ventilated, then it could lead to overheating. As I'm talking about overheating, people will be thinking about their cars.
It's not Carl.
It's not only cars
It's not.
that overheat, even human beings. And that is when you will see another say, I'm feeling heat from inside.
I can imagine a baby.
Yes, a baby
That
a
can't
baby
even
cannot talk. Yes. So in that kind of situation, ventilation is very good.
Yes.
Or you should make provision for fan. Now, when we're not talking about fan, the fan should be put on the last speed, like gentle speed.
Okay.
And you should not face the baby directly, the baby's face directly to the fan. You are getting me?
Yes.
And also, the fan blades must not be dusty. Yes, or covered with molds. Yes. So ventilation, we have talked about ventilation. If the room is well ventilated, there won't be any reason for overheating in any way.
In any way, yeah.
Yes. The baby will be comfortable, the mother also will be comfortable. Like you said, in our tradition, they will say, the room must be very hot. You know where the baby is coming from? Inside the belly. There's no window.
There's no window.
nothing. So, in fact, some people will still put the baby in a room that is not well ventilated, and they will still wrap the baby with, the baby will wear a lot of, as in layers of thick clothes.
No, and the child will not have rashes. They will not say,
Yes, they will still say the baby, yes. So you can see all of these things, they are risk factors that can actually make the baby to experience SIDS. Overheating. There is a normal temperature that the body can operate, and every organs in the body can function. If there is any value that is way higher or way lower than this normal temperature, then it means all the organs and the entire system of the body will start malfunctioning.
Wow.
Yes, and in this kind of a room, the mother is comfortable because the mother might not be comfortable. Yes, because we see some mother, they will say, the room is not okay. And you will still see their relations, they will say, that's how I raised you. So
you need
just
to keep
keep on enduring it for your baby. Now, the mother can endure this kind of condition, but not the baby. And that's the risk factor. The baby can kill the baby easily. So that is a factor.
The environment.
Yes, the environment of the baby. How clean, how aerated is the environment? Is it an environment that is so dusty? Yes. So those are the things that we need to consider. Because if you are living in a dusty environment, then you should have something to cover the window. Or yes, you can look for some other alternatives, like the using a fan. Like I said, using a fan, you can make use of that because there are toxins flying in the atmosphere around the baby, and you know that this is a baby that is just growing. The organs of the body are just growing. The immune system is just growing. Now, looking to the parents now, if this baby has a father that smokes a lot, and then he smokes in the room, he doesn't know the wrong place to smoke. And also, we have seen mothers too that do smoke. Yes, they are so addicted to smoking that they don't even care that their babies are laid on the bed and then they will keep on smoking.
Is it only smoking? Because you made it feel like it's only smoking that makes, the child more vulnerable.
Yeah, so, like we talked about smoking now. Either smoking while the baby is in the uterus or after the baby is being born. Also, alcohol can as well cause it. Okay. Yes, when the baby is in the uterus, alcohol can cause a lot of trouble for the baby. There's a particular condition that we call alcoholic syndrome. It's one of those things that happen to a baby that has been born by a mother that drinks a lot. Now, let's say the baby was not affected during the pregnancy. The baby is now born. The mother still keep on drinking. And this is a drinking mother. She puts her baby, breastfeeding, put her baby by her side. Now she's gone in the spirit of alcohol. Then she could just roll over the baby and just kill the baby. Yeah. Or do some other things wrongly. Yes. That will lead to SIDS.
Now, you said something when we were talking about the misconceptions and myths. You talked about deep sleep.
Yes, deep sleep.
For how long is a baby expected to sleep? So that a mother will know that there is a problem somewhere. Because there are some times that you see mothers, even when the relatives are around, your baby is still sleeping, and let the baby sleep, let the baby sleep. You still have time to rest. And you said deep sleep could actually mean a whole lot or lead to SIDS. Yes. So for how long should a baby sleep normally?
When it comes to this, it has to do with a lot of environmental factors. Really, it's not that possible to see a baby sleeping so deep during the day. Because of a lot of environmental factors, visitors will come in, the mother will move up and down to do one or two things, and there are reflexes. In fact, there are some children, just pick something like this, you will see them, they will just jack like this. So there's no way that their sleep will be that deep, even when they are lying down on their belly. And that's why we say this SIDS happens mostly in the night. When everything is calm, nothing is disturbing them.
Even the mother
the mother is sleeping. That is when it happens most of the time. So when the baby is being lie down, facing down, then there is high tendency of the baby having sudden infant death syndrome. But during the day, we know now that these babies, at night, they don't really sleep like that. And that is when the mother will have reason to wake up, feed the baby. But the baby sleep during the day. So we tell them, because around that time, the age of 2, 3, 4, their circadian rhythm, as in the rhythm of their sleep, wake sleep rhythm. Their wake sleep rhythm is still developing. It's not yet stable.
You mean between 2 months to 4 months?
Yes, yeah, between 2 months, 4 months, most especially. So you see them that their sleep is not expected to be that very deep.
Oh, okay.
Because their sleep-wake rhythm is still unstable. You can't predict and say, this baby at least should sleep for 3 hours. Sometimes you say, the baby is well fed and some other things. With all of these things that I've done, the baby should sleep for 1 hour. Lo and behold, after 15 minutes, the baby just waking up, being active. So during the night, that is when they tend to be more active, and during the day, that is when they will be sleeping. And that's why we advise some mothers that, okay, if your baby is not sleeping during the night, which means during the day, the baby will have to catch some sleep. And when the baby is sleeping, it's not the time for you to be receiving visitor because you did not sleep over the night. So just mimic the baby.
But that thing is, most mothers, they find that difficult. I can imagine a woman who didn't sleep yet, no doubt, but she's holding on to her phone. Of course.
You can see that's a serious problem.
That's what we are seeing. We now
days.
see mothers drained out because they are not sleeping.
Yeah. You see them look very tensed. They will be highly irritable because they are not catching enough sleep. They have to sleep. What I advise mothers to do is just mimic your baby. Wake up when your baby is awake. Sleep when your baby is sleeping. And I tell their husband, I inform the husband, I say, okay, you as the husband, support your wife. During the day, it's not the time that visitors will be saying, I want to see my friend. I want to see the baby. Yeah. Because once they disturb the baby, they are disturbing the mother. So whoever that comes to visit you, husband should be the receptionist that will be receiving them. Yeah.
So we are now saying that as much as this, we have to watch them no matter how.
Yes,
they are sleeping during the day, they are sleeping during the night.
Yes.
And we need to ensure that they are in a safe place.
Yes.
And so now that we have said all this, SID, we have to observe them and all that. Now, and you said communities, everybody around should know what to do.
Yes.
But if we still have all these things in place, I mean, how is it still happening?
Okay.
How is it still happening? Imagine if it still happens despite all these things. Is it still going down to the fact that we still do not know a cause and we have been able to do all these precautions?
Actually, like we said, is a syndrome. And it has a lot of factors that surround it. Now, what we need to do is to observe. Observation is key. Yeah. And paying attention to details is very, very important for mothers, for the father of the baby, and the relatives. It's very important. Okay, considering all of these factors that I've talked about, how on earth will you be there and you will not be observant to see what is really happening? You observe your environment. You observe where the baby is sleeping. You have to observe the baby. You have to observe people that are coming to visit you. If you see somebody that is lighting a cigarette, then the next thing you do is, sir, please, can you just take it outside? There's a baby inside. People, one of the things that's difficult to really handle in this life is human behavior. Anything that has to do with human behavior. Because human behavior is unpredictable. In psychology, and that's the reason why, if anything will be quoted or theory or whatever in psychology, you will hear something like all things being equal. You can't say anything emphatically. You can't say anything 100%. Because as you are saying it, even when you distribute questionnaires to people and say, okay, tell me about this. Yeah. Some people might even be lying. Yes. And somebody might be truthful, tell you that, this thing, I don't do it. But even the person does not know that the next day you will start behaving that way. So human behavior is unpredictable, and that's the reason why we need to be observant. Just make sure that you are observant and attend to details.
You said something about people not in the less privileged, people in rural areas as well, where they don't have separate beds for their children. So how can they be able to ensure that SIDS doesn't occur and they're sharing the same bed with the baby? What's the right position? Where should the baby stay? Where should the father go and stay on the floor? Or the mother should stay on the floor? Why now?
I was just trying
That's the only thing that I could think of. So please, what Because, of course, the baby is there. Is it okay? So the father has to sleep on the floor because the baby is on the bed. That's why now, don't be annoyed.
I'm not annoyed. I'm just trying to, I just want to create equality.
See, when it comes to this, actually,
Yeah.
discretion
Okay.
is very, very important. And discretion is not far from human beings because we are created to be creative. In nature,
That's
we are
true.
creative.
That's true.
I'm telling you. And in one way or the other, you will see people say, "Ah, with me, there's no impossibility. Because we shall find a way of doing something.
doing it, yeah.
And again, we are adaptive in nature. We are very, very adaptive. Now, discretion will tell the husband and the wife that putting a baby in between us
It's terrible.
on this 5x6 bed
It's a bad idea.
is a very bad idea. In fact, if they were not thinking in that particular way, they will see a very creative small boy. They will say, my daddy, my mommy, don't put the baby in between. That shows how creative we are. So discretion will tell. Some people will call it common sense.
True.
Will tell, yes. And I have seen fathers, they vacate the bed for the mother and
that
the baby.
period.
Yes, even the elites. They do that. They vacate the bed to another room. And I've seen fathers sleeping on the floor. If truly that person is the father of the baby, he doesn't need anybody to canvass him or tell him before he changes his position to go and take a space on the floor. So that is it. If you love your baby, you will want all the best for the baby. Except you want to switch now.
Yeah.
And say,
Just
okay,
switch
let me do the work. And I know that most fathers will not want to take that particular role.
There's another aspect
time.
that's actually scary when we talk about the SIDS. When, like you said, during the night, that is when the baby is supposed to be
Yes.
active. Now, breastfeeding. There are some times that, okay, the mother might be breastfeeding
Yes.
and the mother has slept.
Far gone.
So, through breastfeeding, how can the mother ensure that SIDS doesn't occur? Because I've heard stories where some people believe that, the baby, like a misconception, like we said, the baby died because the mother was not cautious. She slept off and the baby suffocated. You understand?
Yes.
So how can mothers, during breastfeeding, protect their children from SIDS?
Yes. Sleep management. Rest.
Okay.
Sleep. It's very important for mothers.
So
And then they
mothers
need
should not sleep again
support.
in the night now.
Yes,
Wow.
around this time they need support. They need support. I can't imagine a woman single-handedly handling a baby like that. In fact, I've seen some mothers, breastfeeding mothers, they call me on phone and they started crying. Say, I'm tired. My husband is not around. Nobody is supporting me. So I would have to speak to somebody in the family, enlighten them.
Okay.
The husband, most especially. Then I will have to educate him. And at the end of the day, I got good outcome from it. Because by the time I unfold a lot of things to him, he won't even think twice before saying, thank you very much. I will do something about it.
Yeah.
Breastfeeding mothers need support. They need support. And that is why we are having Omugo. And some other things like that. There should be somebody that will be taking care of the baby while the mother is sleeping.
Wow.
Yes. And even mothers that have these attaché babies, fussy babies,
Okay.
babies that can cry. Yes. Even if you have a baby like that, that can cry for Africa, then you still have to manage. Like I said, that human beings are creative. Like I said, you should create time. Don't use that as an excuse because it's going to tell on you.
At the end of the day.
And at the end of the day, once you have broken down, you have given way for the baby to be attacked by SIDS and some other factors because you are actually the one overseeing and watching over the baby. Now you are broken down. So who will now be taking care of the baby? So now, a mother, even when you have a baby that can cry, a fussy baby, then you should create time. While the baby is still crying, because cry don't kill.
Okay.
Yes.
Let the baby cry.
Let the baby cry. Yes. You taking rest for like 15 minutes, 30 minutes, it's not too much. Let the baby cry. Just sit somewhere. you can just pick your phone, place one of these beautiful
The
music.
latest movie, or listen to music.
Listen to music that will relax you. You understand? Not playing movies that will still make you uncomfortable. Just look for fine music. You might not play music. You might just sit down. You can just call a friend to ventilate your mind about what you are passing through. Somebody that can give you emotional support. Yes, call them. Like I said, some others, they call, they reach out to us. Yeah. So then we educate them, we talk to them, we tell them what to do. At the end of the day, they come back to say, thank you for the advice. Yeah. So the mother say, the baby is crying. Say, leave the baby, let the baby cry. The cry does not kill. Yes, it's actually helping the lungs to expand well. Yes, so after some minutes that you have rested, then you can go back to it. What I'm saying is that make sure that you are getting regular rest intermittently. You need support. Somebody that will help you to rock the baby while you are sleeping or resting is very, very important.
Okay, so you made mention earlier about when we were Bentoke was talking about parents sleeping on floors when in having to share a room.
Yes.
But from your own personal experience, because I've seen circumstances whereby parents feel like their babies should have his or her own room.
Yeah, we see that a lot now.
People do that a lot now. So how do you think that can affect, the baby's vulnerability when it comes to SIDS?
That is very, very wrong. Because when the baby is in another room, the baby is off-site.
Off-site, too.
Yeah.
But we have these different tools now where you put in a little speaker in the room where the baby is and you are downstairs and you listen. Can't you do that? Yes, now. You see, online, come and see what people are doing now. You wonder that, are we not in Nigeria again? So these are things that we really need to, look out for.
Yeah. See, just go for the best. I won't advise any parents to do this kind of a thing. Because these electronics that you say you are using might malfunction.
Whoa.
Yes.
That's another.
They might be giving you another sound apart from what you're expecting to hear. So the best thing is don't share bed, but you can share room. You can get a separate cot for the baby, but not too far from
I
you.
like that. Don't share bed,
that's
share room.
Yes.
Okay, we are going to have to go on this short break. We'll be right back. It is still the Mid-Morning Show.